Hi guys and dolls, how are you today? For those of you who have recently subscribed, thank you, you're special, you know who you are, and I know who you are. Thank you, I appreciate it. And for those of you who are not subscribed, why not? Join the family. Okay, so I want to talk to you, give you some additional information on narcs, okay? Because like there's endless things that we could tell you, those of us that are on YouTube, we could tell you endless things because there's so much to tell, okay? Some of these may be a repeat from what you've already heard, but it's worth saying it again just because they're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. All right, so one thing that I didn't put on here that I need to go ahead and put on here is some of them like to pick up women at church. So they go to church for the purpose of finding a bed partner, right? So they will perpetrate this whole front of, I'm so into God, God is so special, He's done so much in my life. How you doing, girl? How you doing? So, which is like ridiculous, right? It's rude. And I had a guy wink at me when I was in church, and I'm having this conversation with another lady, and this person doesn't know if we're having a serious conversation or not. We could be talking about someone who passed away, and he's like, really? Dude, get a grip. Get a grip on reality. Anyway, so another thing that they do is they try to establish control, and they try to establish it right now. They try to make you feel badly about yourself in subtle and not so subtle ways. They also enjoy backhanded compliments served with a side order of an insult. You will also be faced with ridiculous accusations with absolutely no basis whatsoever. They bask in negativity. So I want you to imagine somebody laying on the beach and they love the sun and they're just like, and they're pretty much a goner, right? They love the sun. That's how narcissists are, but that's how they are with negativity. They love it. They also love to abandon you when you're already facing a stressful or traumatic situation. That's a perfect time to dump you because I ain't trying to deal with all that. Yeah. And this is another one that's so powerful that I cannot get it. I want to drill it into your head, okay? And I've talked to men and women who have been in this situation where, oh my God, I can't believe this person who loves me and who I love is treating me that way. That person doesn't love you, and I know that sounds harsh, but I'm just keeping it real. They don't love you. They don't have the ability to love you. They only love themselves because something is wrong with them up here. So there's nothing you can do, and the damage is permanent. There's nothing that you can do that's going to make them love you or care about you. So, you know, this is so crucial. The person you met is not real. Let me repeat that. The person that you met is not real. That's not who they really are. Okay? And for some guys, women know that men are weak for sex. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it raw and real today. Okay? Women know that men love sex. They're weak for it. So it's like kryptonite to them. Not saying women don't, but I'm talking about women who are narcissistic will go straight for your bullseye weak spot, which is sex. And they want it all the time. She's beautiful, she's funny, she's just so understanding and so warm and so caring, and she can't stop having sex, and a guy's like, oh my God, she fits all the check marks of what I want in a spouse. That's not who she really is. That's who she pretended to be. Or he, if you're, you know, dating men, whatever. It's not gender specific, and I've said that multiple times. It's not gender specific. But women will deliberately get you locked into so much sex you can't see straight. She'll deliberately have a kid from you to lock you in, 2 kids, 3 kids, whatever it takes, because you ain't going nowhere, chances are, because you don't want to pay for child support, so you'd rather stay with the family. It's cheaper to keep her. And again, I'm going to say it again, the person you met is not real. That's their representative. That's who they pretended to be. That's not who they are. That's the bait they use to pull you in. One of the people that I used to see, I call him Numbnuts. In the beginning, he'd smile at me randomly for no reason. I mean, I was putting dishes away after we had dinner, and randomly out of nowhere, he'd go, "Is that creepy or what?" That's him trying to perpetrate, see how nice I am? I'm so positive and I'm so happy that I just can't resist smiling 24/7. Now, you and I both know nobody normal does that, right? While I'm saying that, I better clarify something. In my other video, I said that narcs have a tendency to be over the top. Hey, how are you? Not cool. However, covert narcissists don't necessarily do that. So I better clarify. In my last video, I said that they're always over the top. No, coverts are not necessarily over the top. One of the ploys that they will use, and I fell for the bait, not anymore, but the person I was getting to know at the time had a sob story about how his best friend had gotten killed. Be very careful with the sob story when you're first meeting somebody, because usually you're trying to put your best foot forward. You're not trying to be negative, and you're not trying to talk about anything sad and awful. Not to say everybody who does that is a narcissist, but be careful, because you could be being tested for your ability to be an empath. E-M-P-A-T-H, an empath, someone who's warm, loving, and caring for real, not fake. Narcissists love that, and they gravitate towards that. So they'll test you with these sob stories or a sad situation that they went through or whatever. They'll just test your empathy to see if you're going to be a good prey. Anyway, he stopped grinning when I stared at him and wasn't grinning back, because I'm like, what in the heck is going on? See how weird that is? Exactly. The last so-called date, and I said this in another video, and this was the final straw. With me, with dating, this was the final straw. I smiled at him and he slowly turned away from me without smiling back. Red flag numero uno, okay? Red flag number 1. Usually people smile back at you when you smile at them. So you've got one person that just can't stop smiling, and another person who meets you for the first time, looks at you, and when you smile at them, they go, just turn away from you and have no emotions on their face like a robot. Woo! Scary, creepy. This same individual, who, by the way, is he's a city clerk for a town in Missouri. And he made the arrogant statement, "Now I tell judges what to do," because he arranges for court. You know, he's the one who decides who goes to court and when. So he really thinks he's a cat's meow, but he's disgusting as a human being. He's not even a human being. He's disgusting. So when you meet someone, you're trying to step out on a good foot, right? You're trying to be positive. You're trying to talk yourself up when you meet this person, because you want to have positive vibes coming off of yourself, so that the person's like, "Oh man, I really enjoyed being around that person." You know, that's what normal people try to do. This one wasn't gonna even make any effort. We're gonna establish control right out the gate, okay? Made a snide remark about not digging the blonde in my hair. I blew it off, but he made a point to say it again later in the conversation. I mentioned that in another video, but it was worth repeating because it was so freaking weird. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Is that better or not? I can't tell. Hold on, I'm trying to... Okay. And I'm really tall, and I have to sit on a cushion when I do videos, which is kind of weird. Anyway, and I'm really long. I was called olive oil in school, giraffe, What else? Blow pop. Yeah, olive oil, yeah. Gotta love it. Anyway, quit laughing, it's not funny. Okay, so like I said, he made a smart ass comment about my hair and I blew it off, and then he made it a point to say it again later in the conversation. I guess that was his way of trying to impress me when we first met. And that's dripping with sarcasm. Remember to keep your cool, because they want you to get self-conscious and upset at their insecurities, which they project onto you. Now, and I'm not being mean, I'm just being straightforward. When you're mean to somebody or you're being disrespectful, they see all of your flaws. Every single flaw that you have is highlighted. Okay? It's like someone highlighted it with a bright yellow Sharpie. And especially when you're being mean to other people, all of a sudden they can see all the flaws in you. And I've said this in another video. If somebody's like 375 pounds, right? And he's wearing a blue plaid shirt, and people saw him and he was really nice to them, they remember how he had a nice smile and how wonderful he is. But if that person's a total idiot and they're disrespectful, everybody remembers you as the big fat guy with the blue shirt on. You see what I'm getting at? So when you're mean, your flaws are like thrown in someone's vision, right? So when he made those remarks about me, which my hair is none of your business, just saying, these remarks are coming from a person, don't laugh, I'm so serious, don't laugh. He's shaped like a pear, he has yellow teeth, no fashion sense, and he likes to insult people he just met. He has no class, no respect for himself or anyone else, and he found that when his wife was dying, she should have had the decency to have sex with him while she was dying of cancer. You heard what I said? What? Yeah, you heard what I said. She was dying of cancer and he was worried about he couldn't get sex. She's pretty inconsiderate to have cancer and die when, you know, she should be more considerate of his sex drive. And I'm a little bit warm and I'm trying so hard not to put my AC on. Trying so hard not to. But it's a little warm. I'm just saying. Okay, back to this. She'd only been gone for a few months, and after a 20-year marriage, he was already over it and needed a new bed warmer. I am looking for... that's what I want. Sorry. Yeah, he was looking for a new bed warmer. He wanted somebody to sleep with, have sex with. Let's just keep it real. Not, there won't be any sleeping involved. And he'd been married for 20 years, according to him, and he was already over it. It only took him a few months to recover from her dying, so obviously he's mentally ill. People who love their spouse don't act like that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, buddy, the color of my hair is the least of your worries. Exactly. He also informed me that we were going out on overnight trips. He was trying to make me change my mind about being celibate, which, by the way, wasn't going to happen. But he was scrambling to come up with scenarios in which I would be pushed into having sex with him. Yeah. And my response to that is, holy crap, it's warm. The storm is coming too, so humidity levels through the roof. Anyway. You don't tell grown-ass people that they're going on a trip, period. You might tell your children that. Kids, get in the room, get your suitcase, we're going away this weekend. You tell kids that. You don't tell grown folks that. What else do I need? Because it is warm as heck up in here. Holy moly. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, you don't tell grown folks they're going on a trip. Who do you think you are? But a narcissist will do that because they're trying to manipulate the situation. Be wary of forced affection. This individual was holding my hand at the movie theater, which was really awkward, and eventually I pulled my hand away from him, which he wasn't thrilled about. You can't make me hold your hand. Either I want to or I don't. Weirdo. He was also trying to make me want to kiss him. He's trying to force passionate kissing. You can't force that. It's supposed to be natural. Manipulator, it's supposed to be natural. They're trying to force themselves into your private bubble against your will. They know that once the bubble is broken, they feel that sexy time will be a lot easier to obtain. Okay, I'm gonna make you kiss me. I've been in situations where I've been on a date with someone and you just want to do the, proper kiss because I just met you, and they're trying to force their tongue into your mouth. It feels like you're kissing a Saint Bernard. It's gross. Not every woman wants that with you. Now, if you've met a lot of loose women and they do that with you and they're just like, on the first date, that's cool. But those of us with class and self-respect, we don't do that. Okay, be aware of the fascination with your skin, hair, and beauty. If that's all they're talking about, chances are very high that's all they want is physical. Okay, I've been through that too. Oh my God, your skin. Oh my God, your hair. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God. And they're petting me like I'm a dog. Do I have to wear garlic around my neck? Like, chill. Ugh. The chemistry should be there naturally. It shouldn't be, girl, come on now. Let's go. Let's get some tongue hockey going on. Blah, 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 blah. Let's wrestle with our tongue. No. You can't force somebody to do that. Ugh. You got the mentality of a rapist. I'm going to make you do it, and you're going to learn to like it. Let me know how that works for you, weirdo. When you're passionate about something, they have zero response to that because they don't care. Your passion has nothing to do with them, so unless your clothes are off, then that's a passion that they can relate to. Some narcs are really into sex in the beginning. Get ready for this, okay? Get ready, baby. Get ready. Some narcs are really into sex in the beginning to try to scramble your brains. And what you find out later is they prefer to be celibate. I'm gonna let that ruminate in your brain, marinate in there and get cozy. You heard what I said? Some people pretend they're into sex in the beginning, and then they try to scramble your brains, and you find out later that they don't even like sex. There's one person that I know who lives with his mother, and his mother acts like his wife. So now you know why he's a narcissist. Number one, his father was a narcissist. Number two, his mother acts like she's married to him. So when he comes home from work, his meals is already made, house is clean. I wouldn't be surprised if she does his laundry. Enmeshed like crazy. Enmeshed. And he lives in her basement, by the way. But he thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. Everybody that you know lives on their own. So yeah, when he was married, he had sex with her to make a kid. He wanted a kid with her. So that requires, obviously, certain body mechanics. Quit laughing. It requires certain body mechanics to make a child. And he was willing to do all that just to get her pregnant. And then in their 20-something year marriage, he decided to be celibate after she got pregnant. You heard what I said? She went about it all wrong. She should have divorced him. She did not divorce him. She decided to sleep with everybody under the sun while she was married to him. And she eventually got fired at work because she was having sex with another married man in the closet at work. Oh yeah, I went there. Did I go there? Yes, I did. She had tons of boyfriends when she was with him. Divorce his ass. Divorce him. What you found attractive to marry him in the first place, I have no idea, but the reality is this person is like a lot of men over 40. Not all men, so chill out if you're not in this category. A lot of men over 40 are impotent, okay? That's a big secret that what your grandma's not going to tell you and your great-grandma's not going to tell you and your mom's probably not going to tell you, but a lot of men are impotent past a certain age. And he started losing his sex drive when he was in high school. So his testosterone levels started to plummet when he was in high school. And rather than stay on top of that, pardon the pun, Um, quit laughing. Rather than stay on top of that, he decided to just let it plummet. And then when he got with her, he would take pills, and he probably did it with every partner he's ever been with. He'll have this great sex with you in the beginning, or not so great because you're basically having sex with a robot, okay? Anyway, and then once he thinks you're in love with him, he stops having sex because he lost interest. Period. He just lost interest. And narcissistic people do not have to be impotent. Men don't have to be impotent in order to lose their desire for sex, but they don't have a high sex drive. Anyway, they just don't. So they're gonna do whatever they gotta do in the beginning, get naked with you in the beginning, and then once they think that you're hooked, they will start pulling things away from you. Sex, affection, intimacy, compliments, the weird smiling. They'll pull everything, which is fine. We don't really mind seeing that go because that was so over the top fake. It was unbelievable. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of them, women will do that too. I'm gonna have sex with you to the point where your eyes are crossed, and you're gonna be like, I want to marry this girl. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's charming. She's this. She's that. And she lays me so good, my legs feel like spaghetti the next day. Well, that's all part of the trap. They know how to get to you. They know how to hit your weak spot. They know how to get you hooked. And women who are narcissistic are very, very good at finding men who can develop feelings in a heartbeat. He wears his feelings on his sleeves. A lot of guys do not do that. They can hump 500 women and then zip their fly, and none of y'all, you don't remember any of y'all. So they know how to pick men who they can have sex with right now and he'd be in love the same day or the next day. They know how to pick those types. Anyway, watch how they treat others. For example, the waiter or other service person. See if they treat them with respect. Trying to make sure. Okay, never mind. I'm checking my phone. Watch how they treat service persons. Watch how they treat or talk about family members or so-called friends. You might be surprised to note that the more people do for them, the more they resent that person. Let me say that again. The more people do for them, the more they resent them. It's alarming how people will roll out the red carpet for a narcissist, yet the narc has nothing nice to say about them. And the person I'm talking to you about that's impotent and won't take his medication, and so his wife decided to have a lot of affairs on him, and he's narc hardcore. He talks about his mother like a dog, and he lays up in her house eating her groceries, and he's over 50 years old, and she don't have to let you live in her house. You're supposed to be an adult, but they're not adults. They're 2-year-olds or 5-year-olds, whatever. They got a mindset of a child. He don't have nothing nice to say about her at all. And I've met a lot of narcs in my time, and they all seem to be like that, resentful of people who go out of their way for them. And when you bring logic to them, well, you know, your mom does do this and that and this and that for you, they're like, yeah, but my butt. Come on now, really? And one of them had the nerve to call me unappreciative. Boys and girls, that's called projection. That's what that's called. They know that they're ungrateful, so they're going to say you're ungrateful. Anyway, move right along. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Okay? Control is such a huge thing. I'm going to establish control right now. You're going to have sex with me when I tell you you're going to have sex with me. We're going on overnight trips. And the pair also told me, well, what if we're laying down and you're looking all pretty. I want y'all to tell me what adult talks to another adult like that. What grown-up says that to a woman? Oh, you're laying there looking all pretty. You sound like a 17-year-old, like a horny teenager. Really? Ugh. He had a lot of presumptions. You know, you assume and presume that I want to go on a overnight trip with you. Hey, let's go to the basics. You assume I want to go on another date with you. Oh, what? Yes, I went there. I love you guys. I'm a little spunky today. Can you tell? Can you tell? I love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.